What's up, everybody? Welcome to Podcast Now. I'm Alex, and in this video, I want to talk about if the new Batman game is going to be called Gotham Knights. Now, this is something that's been floating around the internet. I've been asked a couple different times and in different places if I think that's the name. I think there's something to it, so we're going to talk about why people are saying that, as well as something that I found just by searching the name Batman Gotham Knights on Twitter from this Twitter user. I'll give credit to him in a second. So there is quite a few things. We'll talk about my impressions of it here. As always, I want to hear from you guys in the comments below, and I wanted to do this in the beginning of the video. Normally I do it at the end. I want to give you guys a really big thank you. I honestly really do appreciate all of you guys that have watched these videos. I know we've gotten a ton of new people over the last couple weeks, couple months, and I really always do appreciate people watching. I've always tried to say that, and so it's been a long time coming. So I just want to say in the beginning of this video, thank you so much for sticking with me, for putting up with the haters. We all know I have quite a few, even some big-time haters on the internet, so I truly do appreciate all of you guys that watch me. I'm in it, for you guys. I love making these videos. I got some really fun ones coming up, and I can't wait to talk about this game, especially when we actually get to see it, when we actually know more about it. So, okay, if you go on Twitter and you type in literally just Batman Gotham Knights, that's what I did. I just typed it in. I scrolled down, and I found a tweet from a person. He actually follows me, so that's pretty darn cool. And he said, so I was just playing Arkham Knights. Now, I'm going to read this through with you guys. Going through the AR challenges, and I see the Batman and Nightwing one called Gotham Knights. And on this new domain upload, there's something for Gotham Knights. Also, the new game isn't supposed to have Arkham in the title. That's very good. So thank you, King_R.R14. Long name, a little sophisticated, but I like it. So I think he's onto something. I really do. People have asked me like my opinion of how I like that name. Maybe this is a minority opinion. I don't love the name. I don't think it's like the greatest name in the world. I think the more people are talking about it, the more it's gaining steam. I do think it's becoming more and more likely. I mean, here's at the end of the day, we have those domain names. So that's what he's talking about. Remember, we talked about this in the last video. We have all the domain names that Warner Bros. Has listed. And again, we talked about, sometimes you do this just to kind of play it safe, right, in case anybody else, because I could swoop in there, I could register a domain name for one of these, and then I would have the website. You know what I mean? So you don't want people looking for something on the internet and they find it, but it's not like an official thing. You know what I mean? And then you have to kind of negotiate with them to kind of relinquish those rights to you, all those different things. So sometimes it's done literally just to be safe. I mean, PlayStation, I believe they listed the domain names all the way up to like PS9 or like PlayStation 8, like somewhere up there. Obviously, like we're many years away from getting that, but they have to do it so that nobody else can make it. You know what I mean? So there are other reasons that I'm not saying that all of these are 1000% going to be sites that are filled with stuff. In fact, I bet you most of them won't be, but they're just, again, a lot of them are playing it safe. But Gotham Knights is one of them. So there's a Gotham Knights fandom on that listing, and people definitely took note of that. Okay, that was a little while ago, right? People were really focusing in on that. Now, I did not know that. I looking at it, which I'll show you the picture that he posts there, it does say like Batman and Nightwing Gotham Knights, and now that I see it, I do remember seeing that in the game. So I mean, that's a very good investigative work this guy did. All the credit in the world to him. That's pretty darn cool. That is pretty darn cool that there is that kind of connection. I think even with that, it becomes more and more likely. And also, then you got to remember too, I believe he said as well, but this is something that is known to the public, right? Capture the night. That's the slogan pretty much of this Batman game, going all the way back to September. It's the slogan of it is capture the night. So, and night as in like Arkham Knight, or like KN instead of just nighttime, right? So at the time people were wondering what could that mean. And again, you also have to think that, okay, the game is not going to have Arkham as the title, so any game title out there that you may see or that's floating around that has Arkham in it, that's immediately kind of proven false. But anyone that doesn't have it, and again, Gotham Knights, I think the only thing holding me back, okay, here's the reason why, I guess for me, that I don't necessarily love it, is that it repeats night. Okay, so Arkham Knight and then Gotham Knights. I don't love the fact that they're repeating. Technically, they're adding an S, but they're basically repeating the same word. That's why I personally don't love it. I'd be okay with it if it came out. It reminds me of like there was like that multiplayer game that came out. Wasn't that like Gotham City something? Like that was I think wasn't it Gotham City something? I don't remember what it was, but you wear like the masks and you fight each other. That the name Gotham Knights reminds me of that. So maybe that's another reason why it's like they've like different games have danced around that name before. And even like the last Arkham game, right? Arkham Knight. So like they've been close to it, but they've never done something like this. At the same time, again, with Capture the Night, with the fact that, I mean, that is a connection. You know, if they consider, this Gotham Knights, if they consider it Batman and Nightwing, and you're thinking of it as, okay, well, you're going to play as the Bat family, you're going to have 4 different members, all that different kind of stuff, it makes sense. I mean, to have it be like more plural and call it the Gotham Knights, because you're kind of like labeling them that, and you can, again, and then Capture the Night, you can work into the Court of Owls storyline, all that kind of stuff kind of comes together and makes it seem pretty darn likely that would be it. So I think people are absolutely onto this. I think that this could very, very well be it. We'll have to wait and see. I think that we'll probably get, again, it depends on how your view of teasers are, right? If we're going to get teasers of this thing before we get to this August 22nd event, I feel like we maybe are going to get a little bit more word on if this is going to be the name before we actually get the announcement. But I think it's looking pretty darn likely. I don't love it. It's not like my favorite one. There's been a lot of different names. Even back when there was like Arkham Insurgency, Arkham Legacy, stuff like that. There were some fun, catchy ones that had to do with like Arkham, but then people were trying to make like, okay, how can you make like the Court of Owls, right? Or like Court of Arkham. Remember there was that one, but people were kind of shuffling words up to try and come up with clever headlines or titles for this game. So very, very interesting, no doubt about it. Definitely want to hear from you guys in the comments below. What do you think? Do you think this game could actually be called Gotham? So would it be called Batman Gotham Knights, or is it just you know what I mean? That's a little interesting too, because I feel like you have to have Batman on the title somewhere. So maybe that's the big name, and then Gotham Knights is like the the subtitle to it, basically. But let me know your thoughts in the comments below. As always, make sure you guys are subscribed, have that bell icon turned on. This is a wild video for those haters out there, because it's under 10 minutes by a lot. So I don't know what they're gonna say. Something like this, they can't nail me on I make videos over 10 minutes long. I make videos as long as I feel like it. I make videos because I talk a lot and I try and fit a lot into them, and I always normally out-talk myself. I don't do it on purpose. It's literally just my style. Go watch any of the other videos and you'll see that I always hit that over 10 mark. It's not because of money. It's because I love to talk. As you guys clearly know, I love to talk, and I love talking about a lot of different things in the same video. But I mean, that's just an aside. Let me know your thoughts. Make sure you're subscribed. Have the bell icon turned on. We'll do a new Batman video every couple days. Obviously, if there's anything big that gets announced or happens, even in the background in terms of like leaking and stuff, I'll absolutely be making videos on those as well. Okay. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you all on the next video.